this is JC. Welcome to Missed Again, where every missed shot is a lesson. It's not about perfect play, it's about my struggles and honest progress. In a previous video, I shared what I learned about high side spin shots and when they can be applied. It was very well received, and if you missed it, check out the video in the link in the card above or description below. In this video, we will discuss low side spin shots. That means hitting the cue ball below center but to the left or right. So either 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock or 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock and anything in between. If you want to know when to apply low side spin, just watch the video on high side spin upside down. If you have done that, here are 5 more scenarios where you can use low side spin for positional advantage in a game. Let's get started. The first scenario is using low side spin for 2-rail position. This is fundamental position play when you can't get position with a direct path or from one rail. In this 8-ball scenario, I have to pocket the red 3 ball and then find a way to get down table to pot the 8 ball. There's no clear path to go one rail, but I can use low side spin at around 7 o'clock so that the cue ball will spin off 2 rails after pocketing the 3 ball. The back spin steers the cue ball in the correct direction, and the side spin causes the ball to spin out after contacting the cloth on the cushion. In this case, I have a large positional shape on the 8 ball, so speed control doesn't need to be pinpoint. Next is to use low side spin for wide 1-rail position. Another common positional play is when you need to go 1 rail across the table, but the space you have is shallow and the angle has to be very wide. In this 8-ball scenario, I need to get from the 1 to the 8 ball. Let's assume no other path is available, so I need to draw down to the long rail and then spin off to get across to the 8. To spin off to the right, I shoot low right at 5 o'clock. The key to most of these shots is to have a firm, smooth stroke and not a hard, punchy one. It is the smoothness of the stroke and not the strength that creates good spin on the ball. Third, using low side spin to draw off a cushion at an angle. This is a scenario that doesn't come up often, but when it does, it can be a game saver. In this 8-ball game, I'm lined up straight with the 1 ball to the corner pocket. I need to pocket it and then the 8 to win the game. However, the 8 ball needs to go to the same corner pocket as there are no paths to the other pockets. If I draw straight back, the ball will just come straight off the cushion and there's no shot on the 8. So let's set up the shot again. What I want to do is perform a draw shot but with left spin so that when the cue ball draws back and hits the cushion, it will spin out to the right. This might seem counterintuitive, but it is something you have to remember. When you draw straight back with side spin, the ball will spin out in the opposite direction of the side you hit, unlike in a high side spin shot. Here I draw back with a 7 o'clock hit and with speed control to get in line for the 8 ball. Number 4. Use low side spin to get position from a pocket hanger. Here's a similar scenario that I showed in the high side spin video. The challenge is to pocket the 1 ball and get in position to shoot the 8 ball in the opposite corner pocket. The layout is such that there is only one clear path down the line of the pocket. It is dangerous to draw straight back as you might scratch in the side pocket. If you watched the high side spin video, I shared how to use high left side spin to bring the cue ball back down the table. In this solution, we will do the opposite and use low right spin. It is essentially a version of the 2-rail positional shot. Aim for the space between the object ball and the knuckle. Shoot with a 5 o'clock hit with a smooth medium stroke. If done right, the ball will bounce off the rail just after the knuckle, down to the long rail and spin out into position for the 8 ball. The key is to hit the first rail as close to the knuckle as possible, but do not hit the knuckle. Finally, using low side spin to get position off an unnatural bank. This scenario is a little advanced and not that common, but it does come up for me every now and then, so I think it warrants a discussion. The 8-ball game situation is that I need to pocket the 1 ball but have no path to any pocket except the bottom corner pocket, so a bank shot is needed. However, the natural bank angle is not available due to the opponent's balls in the way. I need to transfer spin from the cue ball to the object ball so that if I hit it relatively straight into the cushion, spin will cause the rebound angle to widen so the object ball will head towards the pocket. This spin transfer is known as the gear effect. Another challenge is that I have to get shape on the 8 ball for the topside pocket. Let us assume that no other pockets are available. The solution is to hit with low left spin with a soft stroke. It is a finesse shot and requires a delicate touch. Here I made the 1 ball, but my position on the 8 ball is not great. I can cut it in, but I have to be careful with the cue ball. As you can see, it is a bit of a dangerous shot as the cue ball almost scratched. Let me try this again. I've reset the layout and will attempt the same shot but try to apply better quality draw. I made the shot and my position on the 8 ball is much better. I now have an easy shot to win the game. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and found value. Do you have any other situations where low side spin would be useful? Let me know in the comments below. Would you like to see a future video on more uses of side spin in game situations? Let me know as well. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like the content in general, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. It will really help the channel out with the YouTube algorithm. Every miss makes us better, so let's grow together. My name is JC. Try not to miss again.